Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. Hi, I'm Speeder. Okay, again, different filming location. I feel like this is zoomed in. I have been a little bit. Okay. I am out of state right now and kind of wanted to make a video. So I'm in the garage of this house that belongs to my aunt and uncle. And I am making a video for Dragon Prince Episode 4, Bloodthirsty. Yeah. So I do not have my paper on me that has the stuff that the pointers I want to talk about. So this is going to be a little bit of a weird one, because I might have left it at home, but I'm not sure. It is like a freaking 16-hour drive, so that's not happening. Yeah, I'm gonna be here till July 11th. It's July 1st. I'm gonna be here for 10 more days. My dad and sister and brother are still at home. We know what my brother has now. He got it from sharing a drink with someone. I think it was a smoothie or something. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, Dragon Prince Episode 4, Bloodthirsty. Let's talk about it. Alright, so first of all, the characters that appeared in here. The main characters and such. The main characters that we saw in this one were Rayla, Callum, Ezran, Viren, Claudia, Soren, and as well as a new character who is side main character. So side main characters that appeared in this one, or let's see, Maya. I think it's Aunt Maya. I think that's her name. Yeah, who is a new character that was introduced, as well as kind of like she's like a member of the court. I don't remember what her name is, but she's like a member of the court. So yeah, there weren't very many side main characters that appeared in this one though. Oh, and also, is it General Grin? I think that's his name. Who's like Amaya's right hand man, basically. Yeah. So those were the side main characters and the main characters that appeared in this episode. So let's go over the story. First of all, so you start out this episode, basically right where the last one ended off. They're sleeping. It's just barely, I think morning is coming, just barely, or perhaps I think it's morning at this point. And Rayla's trying to get, oh gosh, this lighting is terrible. Okay, that's a little bit better. Anyways, so Rayla's trying to get her band off. The thing that binds her to have to kill Prince Ezran in order to get it off. She's trying to get that off, and she has a quick encounter with Bait, who I also didn't mention as a main character who appeared in this episode. Bait also appears. And then, let's see. Right, so then you cut to a funeral at the palace, and it's revealed that most of the time a ruler of Vitalis that has fallen has 7 sunsets, where they are mourned, but Viren wants to move it up, and so he has a funeral the morning after his death, which is definitely not traditional. So when they get to the pyre, after quick encounter between Claudia and Soren when Soren is really tired and Claudia gives him a, what is it? Hot something morning potion, which I can only assume is coffee. I've never had coffee. I will never have coffee. It's not my thing. But yeah, I can only assume it's coffee. Hot brown morning potion. That's it. Yeah. So yeah. After that, what was that? Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So they're at the pyre. Not the pyre. They're at like the stand where the. Goodness, I'm kind of tired. Okay. Yeah. So they're at the pyre where. They're at the stand where Harrow's body is because he died in the last episode. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier, but this video will contain spoilers for at least the four first episodes of the Dragon Prince Season 1, and possibly spoilers for other stuff, but I will try to warn you guys first. It shouldn't contain any spoilers for other things, though. This lighting in here is terrible. Okay. I love the lighting in the basement of my house, which I've turned into my studio, but I'm not there. I am here. So, yeah. There's like so many lights right above me and like in front of me, and there's like only one behind me, so if I do that, there's a little bit, it helps a little. Anyways, alright. Okay, so they're at the stand where Harrow's body is, and Bjorn gives a speech, and he immediately lies and says that at the end of Harrow's days, he called him his brother, which he didn't. He called him a servant, and he also lies about the fact that the princes are dead when they are not. And he says that he will humbly take up the throne, basically. He's like, tonight there will be a coronation. But no. Anyways, so right before that happens, the ladies that are supposed to light the pyres to set off the funeral and to send Harrow, I guess, to the afterlife or something, I don't know. They refuse to light the pyres, so instead Claudia uses dark magic to light them. And then Bjorn gives this speech. Anyways, let's see. Oh gosh, it smells in here. Like, what does that smell? It smells like oil or something. Car. It smells like an auto shop or something, I don't know. There's like a car I think my uncle was working on or something in here. At some point, it's like a side hobby of his or something, I don't know. Anyways, let's see. After the funeral, you cut to Callum drawing the primal stone. And he has a conversation with Rayla, which is often the trailer that plays on Netflix, at least for me, where she tells him about the primal sources, the 6 primal sources, and about the primal stone. And she says one thing that kind of confuses me because it doesn't really seem to be consistent throughout the series, and I'm going to try to keep this spoiler free. And that is with wind magic and just like magic in general, the fact that, especially with the wind spell, that you need at least a strong breeze or a storm to be able to do it. When you see, and I won't get into too much detail for this, in fact, I'm actually going to give a spoiler warning for Season 3. Probably for the next, minute. Or, no, 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah, so there are wind mages, at the Queen of the Dragon's palace, who do that without it, as well as Callum, who does it without a storm or a strong breeze. Yeah, anyways. I think it's been about 30 seconds now. Alright, yeah, so that was a spoiler. Big spoiler. Yeah. So that kind of feels inconsistent. I mean, maybe there was a strong breeze in those situations, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Let's see. So Callum looks at this thing that Rayla drew of the primal sources, and he recognizes them. He's like, oh, those were on a cube that I saw in the Bantha Lodge, which was the place that their dad, King Harrow, was supposed to send them. He wanted them to go there before his assassination. But they didn't. But when they do go there in this episode. So they arrive at the Bantha Lodge, looking for this cube that Callum thinks will help him with wind magic. And they're like, oh yeah, it's the Winter Lodge. No one's gonna be here. They were wrong, because since they were supposed to go there, their Aunt Maya and the Standing Battalion, I think is what they're called, they come to the Bantha Lodge and find Rayla there, and everything goes haywire, and there's all these scenes with, like, Callum and Ezran trying to distract their Aunt Maya, while Rayla is also looking for this cube thing. There's a lot of sneaking around and stuff, and then she finds the game room, and she finds the cube, but Amaya finds her in there, and so they have a fight. Rayla gets captured, and then Callum and Ezran do a plan with bait, which blinds the guards for a second, allowing Rayla to escape, grab the cube, and they go outside. I still feel like I'm missing something in the middle of this, but whatever. I don't think I am, but maybe. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so they're cornered by their Aunt Amaya outside. And Callum starts off by, oh yeah, earlier in the episode, which is why this happened, Rayla offered Ezran some moonberry juice, I think is what it was. But Callum originally thought it was blood, which it wasn't, because of stories about moonshine elves and elves in general being like bloodthirsty monsters that would drink their blood, which they're not. So in this moment, when they're cornered by their Aunt Maya, he, using sign language because Aunt Maya is deaf, yeah, well, she's deaf, guess. Okay, yeah, so she's deaf, so using sign language, she tells her that if they don't let Callum and Ezran go, and they will, well, then Rayla will kill them and drink their blood. Anyways, which obviously is not true, and is very gross. Like, it's disgusting. Anyways, but Amaya, instead of getting scared, ends up, which no one really expected her to, right? Except for maybe Callum. Instead, she attacks Rayla and almost kills her, but instead just takes her braid off with an arrow, and it gets pinned to a tree, which is nice, and you know what, I'm not going to say that. Anyways, that would have been a spoiler. Anyways, yeah. So then you cut to this coronation thing. You have a couple jokes with Soren, be like, crown hour, crown o'clock, you know, that kind of thing. And him, so Viren goes out, and he's about to be crowned king after giving a speech. But then Amaya and I think it's General Grin, I think that's his name, Grin, I don't know. But they show up and they're like, the princes are alive. Oh, also, Rayla, Callum, and Ezran escaped on a boat, and Amaya sends a tracker named Corvus after them. Yeah. So that's the story of this episode. That's what happens. So that's interesting. Then character development. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to cover everything because I don't remember everything that is there because it's not like I have this memorized. Let's see. Goodness. For a second I thought that was a freaking spider in my hair. I hate spiders, by the way. And this place has so many of them, and it freaks me out. That'd be an interesting development for a video. Speeder gets spider in her hair. Okay. Alright. So, character developments. Callum delves deeper into being a mage. I don't think Ezrin has really any character development in this one. Rayla shows how offended she is by being called Bloodthirsty monster and the fact that she does in fact have feelings. Let's see. Viren shows his lying side and his evil side a little bit more than before. And I think that's about it for this one. For character developments. Now, character introductions, I've already gone over a little bit. You have that lady from the court who she might have appeared earlier, but I don't think she did. Then you have Aunt Amaya, as well as General Gren. I feel like I'm getting that name wrong, and if I am so sorry. Let's see. So I think that's about it for character introductions. Yeah, so this was the first episode away from the castle. They're out adventuring now. They're still in Catalyst, but they are out adventuring now. So that is some development for the story itself. You have action. Well, there was a Maya and Rayla's fight, as well as Rayla's fight against the guards. And Amaya's guards shooting, like, members of the Standing Battalion shooting arrows at Rayla. So that's the action, I think, overall for this episode. And then there are some good humor. There's some good humor in this one. Again, this show isn't, I think, as humorous as, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender in a lot of places, because though Avatar can be very heavy at some points, this one I feel like has a lot more heavy stuff, like, all at once, all the time. It does have some great comic relief, I have to say, like, good old Soren. I feel like Soren is kind of like the Sokka of Dragon Prince, though also not, because Callum is also the Sokka. I feel like Callum would also kind of be more of the Sokka because, you know, same voice actor, which I love. But, yeah. Avatar: The Last Airbender, by the way, will be the next show that I go over after this one. Honestly, it's probably my absolute favorite animated series. I would almost call it my favorite series, but I don't know. It's kind of a tie between, like, a couple. But anyways, that's for a different video at some point, maybe. I don't know. That's all I'm going to go over, really, but let's give some final thoughts. Like I said, this is the first episode where they're away from the castle, so the setting has changed, because they were at there was obviously some story at the castle, but meaning, like, the main squad, you know, Callum, Rayla, Ezrin, Bait, and the Dragon Egg. They're no longer at the palace. Instead, they spent this episode at the Banther Lodge. Yeah. So they moved from the castle to the Banther Lodge, and we'll see where they go next time. I know where they go next time, but you may not. I don't know. I don't know if you have seen the show or not. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.